And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Monday morning. It is October the 12th, and this will be the warmest day of the week. Temperatures will reach near 90. That's going to be hot. We'll get into the details in just a moment to let you know what to expect all week long and what some headline stories are as we begin today. Well, as we start out, your forecast being brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. As we bring up what the National Weather Service tells us first, if you haven't walked outside this morning, it is thick fog, and this will remain with us for quite some time. So make sure if you're going out that you absolutely leave a little bit early today to make sure that you're not caught up in all the fog. As we pull this up from the National Weather Service, we show that from Columbus on down through our area, taking in Winston County, we're taking in Noxubee all the way over, Neshoba, Scott, and Newton, all the way down through Meridian and Clark to Hattiesburg, that this area of thick fog, and this could remain with us through about 9 o'clock. And as well, we know yesterday morning when we were told that the weather would burn off before church, no more rain, it did have those slight little tendencies to tingle all day. So, but this should be burning off early. As we move forward with what's going on, there is a 30% chance this could turn into a cyclone as we look at hurricane season that still has a little over a month to go, a 30% chance of forming. I keep hearing no chatter that there's going to be anything big or anything, so we'll keep that in mind and keep our fingers crossed that this kind of just goes away. As we look at temperatures, as we've had some warmer weather today, it looks as though it'll cool back down, and by the weekend, we'll be into the 60s and 70s once again, but you would not know that today again. As we look at other things, the chances of storms today looks like it'll be Florida and up through Tennessee and taking in some of Ohio today. So that is a part of what's going on. As we flip over to pull up radar this morning, as we take a look at the storm prediction, what we're just looking at, a closer look at this, as we pull this up on radar to where it's a little bit easier to see, we see that the Carolinas have a little bit chance of, we start down in Florida, Miami, the south end there, and then we go back up through Nashville, Louisville, Kentucky, and Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio, over to Pennsylvania, New York, down to Washington, and these areas here in the Carolinas here have a chance of thunderstorm activity today. A lot of rain up in Minnesota area. As we zoom back down in our area, see a little bit clear sky down this way. That's better. Heavy, thick fog up near Memphis this morning. So that's where we stand in those areas this morning with fog and things of that nature. As we turn to our forecast to find out exactly what the National Weather Service tells us to expect this week, we find that today is Columbus Day. And a lot of folks don't want to celebrate that for some unearthly reason I'm not sure of, but Columbus is credited for founding our country. There is a dense fog advisory through about 9 a.m. this morning. Otherwise, we'll get a mostly cloudy sky through the mid-morning and then gradually getting some clearing there by the afternoon. High of 90, but we will have that wind gust of about 20 miles an hour. This should start drying out all the rain that's left over from Delta in that area. Tonight, we'll hit a low of 60, back to 79 tomorrow. Not quite as warm, back down to 50 tomorrow night. That's nice. I like those 50-degree nights. As we move into the midweek, on Wednesday, we'll get a high of 82 and a low of 54. Coming up, I'll give you the extended forecast to find out exactly what's going to be going on for the remainder of the week. And as we talk about Delta and what the damage has done, we go back over here to take a look at just how many people are without power still from this storm. Louisiana, at the time that Delta came ashore, probably still had 50 or 60,000 people that had not gotten power restored yet, that lived in the deep, what's the word I'm looking for? The bayous of Louisiana. This morning we see that Louisiana still has roughly 200,000 people sitting in the dark this morning, and a 90-degree weather day is going to be tough. Texas has some 37,000, and Mississippians have 17.6. That's a lot of folks, and as you look at that, out of the the 1.2 million customers that have power in Mississippi, that's 17,000, and this is caused from wildfires out here. But Delta affecting these three states here without power, so that very serious there without power. So keep our friends and neighbors in your thoughts. Mississippi as well. Some of our friends there on the west side of the state there and southward to the state line where it joins Louisiana, still without power. rough situation to be in. So a lot of folks are hurting today. There's no doubt about that. As we turn to talk about some deals that are going on, the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, if you haven't visited Joe and his friendly staff lately, I highly advise this. Good folks there that will save you money and will bend over backwards to earn your business here on the local level. As we look at those mandarin oranges, $4.99 for that 2-pound bag. You can get those grapes, green or red, for $1.99 a pound. That's all at the Pig. My family loves those things. I've never been a grape eater, though. Yellow or zucchini squash, you can get that for $1.99 a pound. Those Idaho potatoes, $3.99 for that 8-pound bag this morning. I always use a potato around the house. As you get into steak sauce, how about A1 for $3.99? Or you can pick up that Heinz 57, that 10-ounce bottle, for $3.49. Also, you can get the paper towels. Boy, we make a mess. I bet we go through 3 or 4 of those a week, paper towels. 89 cents a roll there for the big bopper. You can get Captain Crunch cereal along with the steaks that are on sale this week. The T-bone steaks, the family certified Angus beef, $8.99 a pound. Also, that rump roast, $2.99 a pound. Tastes great. Tender, too, boy, if it's cooked right. You get into Oscar Mayer wieners, the hot dogs. It's hard to say it without that little jingle still in your head, isn't it? 16 ounce, you get 2 of those for $3 this morning. And also the purified drinking water or the spring water, the Piggly Wiggly brand. 3 bunches of those for $9. That's a bargain. And again, you can find all of that and so much more at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see them today. They'll save you some money and certainly take care of you.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
You know, Freeman Tractor's been around a long, long time. And, of course, they'll be there today, tomorrow, and that next day to help you out with anything that you might be looking for, from farm machinery all the way up to a nice lawnmower. Yep, of course, they've got them. The Skag brand, and, of course, they got X-Marks as well. If you would like a Skag, they got a new shipment of those in at the last minute there. And again, if you need to have yours winterized and taken care of, new blades and set up and ready for the next year, they'll do that for you also. They have a complete line of those LS tractors. If you've been wanting a tractor with cabin air, they got them in this time. You can go by and see them, take a little test drive around the yard, try out that bucket and see how you like the horsepower on that. Many styles and series to choose from open cabs, 4-wheel drives, easy to use. You'll like them. The hydrostatic transmissions, easy, easy, easy. And you can also take advantage of all the different implements. There'll be a time and point in your life where you need a new bush hog, you need a new blade. They've got them from 5 foot, 6 foot, bat wings, all of those. And of course, a great selection of, if you're looking for the box blade, as I mentioned, or a new disc to break up that ground and keep your place in good shape. Forks, all types, hay forks to just regular forks. And the benchies, that's one of the new items they carry. They're made in Texas. 0% for 60 months on the Warrior there, the benchy. Now, you can get this along with that air conditioning heating. As I've said, they order it and get it for you. The electric dump bed, air conditioning, power steering, all-terrain, winches. Yep, that's there. And the many different styles to choose from, tan to cream to colored, 4-wheel drives, racing, dark green. If you need navigation system, they got those built-in radios as well. Whatever the case is, they've got it for you there at Freeman Tractor. Drop in and see Steve and Keith today. They'll really earn your business there for you. As we turn to some headline news this morning, and of course there's always some stories that are going on nationwide that, well, you need to know about, things that are going on. This is our first story. If you'll remember back in the Westerns, the Pinkerton men, that's when a town would hire somebody to come in and take out the bad guys, and the Pinkerton men pretty much had no, in all the Westerns, they were portrayed as almost the bad guy. Well, in this case, it is. A TV station in Denver, Colorado hired the Pinkerton men as security guards. This gentleman here, this is moments before he passed away. We don't know what was said, but he sprayed this guy with mace or shot it at him. He shot and killed a man. Now, this gentleman here that is spraying it was a Trump supporter. He was a vet. We don't know much more at this point. But as we turned out, originally he was supposed to have been hired by the Pinkerton for security. Turns out this morning they're saying that, well, they're not even really sure that he had his license to be a security guard. He's been arrested. He's in jail at this point. That is 9 News in Denver there. They've had this company for quite some time to go film the protest. It's going to get ugly. He was a father, a grandfather, and we just don't know why he was shot. The guy done it quickly. So our thoughts with his family as well this morning. Other news stories that are rocking the nation as we look up this morning. A homeless man, the Galveston Police Department, is being sued. As you'll see in the picture here, this was a month or so ago. He was arrested for a couple crimes for trespassing. They didn't have a patrol car, and instead of waiting on the patrol car to come pick it up, the unit that are on horse handcuffed and put a rope in the handcuffs and led him down the street to where he could be picked up. He is now suing, saying that it reflected that he was a slave being led down the streets of Galveston. Of course, I'm sure that an attorney got involved and saw the potential here, and we'll see where this ends up. It's not going to be pretty, I'm sure, before it's all said and done. As we begin today, this lady's life will probably be changed forever. Starting today, the confirmation begins of Judge Amy Coney Barrett. That's going to be taking place. That will be on the news. They're going to be coming after her for her religion, and we keep her in our thoughts. That's got to be a real tough thing to go through. If you remember Brett Kavanaugh, who was confirmed as a justice, what he went through. I would hope that they wouldn't treat her as bad. We don't know. But that begins today, and it'll be rough nonetheless. We'll keep a close eye on that and let you know as it progresses through all the series what will go on. As we look at Shark Tank, I didn't think it was possible to fraud Shark Tank, but a gentleman has. Joseph Falcon, 60, has pleaded guilty for stealing about $500,000 from investors. He confessed to it, and he's been sentenced to 2 years in jail. Just didn't use the funds that he got for what he said. He went and bought a house instead of using it to the business that he pitched. Shame, shame, as they say. We all know your name, and he's in jail now. 2 years for $500,000. Not worth it. How would you like to go to Colorado? Glenwood Springs is offering $100 for you to visit. All you have to do is one of the first 1,000 visitors to claim it. You get, well, I think what they're called is Glenwood Gold Community currency, and you can go spend it in the town. So, interesting. I've never been there, but it looks like it's a pretty place, and they're trying to get their economy boosted again by offering that. Again, the first 1,000 people get $100 to visit their town. I'm sure you can go online and sign up to get that if you'd like to do that. This is probably, and I've never seen it in my lifetime, I know you watch the news and you see what's happened over the last 4 years, probably the most hated man that has ever been in office, or treated that way. Maybe that's a better way to word it. But he gets his 4th Nobel Peace Prize nod now. Will he get it? Is probably very doubtful that he will get it, but has been nominated for the 4th time to get a Nobel Peace Prize for all of the first president in modern history not to have a war of his own, and has brought Israel and other countries to peace. We would hope that others would see that. We'll follow that story as well. And this, as we end our news this morning with a sad case. Lucille Ball's great-granddaughter passes away at age 31. She died of cancer, breast cancer, stage 4, 31 years old. That's mighty young. But as we all know, someone has been affected by some form of cancer, whether it's breast cancer, throat cancer. Cancer is a horrible thing that sneaks up on people and takes their life. And there's never an age. It's not always the old, middle-aged. It can be very young to in your teens to your 20s, 30s. There's no limits on it as to when it will take a life. Hopefully one day we will get a cure for that. We certainly hope so. Sad news there, though. So we're watching that. As we turn into other things that are going on around town, one of the great places you can go to, I went up there Saturday morning if you hadn't been in a while, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They're open today. They're doing business. They've been doing that since 1932, and they've got all types of apparel. If you're needing a jacket, they've got those. If you're needing overalls or the bib overalls to hunt in, they've got those Carhartts. And, of course, T-shirts, and you can always take advantage of the garden center. I hadn't talked about that much lately. Mums, pansies, fruit trees, always look good. Mums look great. Along with, as we move into deer season, These are always popular. As I've said, this is one of my favorites. I give a thumbs up on the Mr. Heater that can keep you warm no matter what you're doing, where you go. Well, it's there. It's perfect for you. And of course, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply does offer a lot of things for your pet. That's what they are, a farm supply. The value pack. If you're looking for a great dog food for your pet, try that. 28% protein with 20% fat. They'll help you there. When it comes to work boots, they've got plenty to choose from. And of course, the Georgia is one of the most comfortable work boots you'll ever wear. 2 different styles to choose from there. Sit down, try them on. Walk around the store, try it on there. I'm sure you'll like those. Along with deer feeders. This is where we get seriously into deer season as to the folks who need to take care of things. Of course, this is the varmint guard. It's electric. It'll keep those varmints out from eating your corn. As you move into different deer attractants, if you're needing some sugar beet crush, or if you're needing the power station that hangs from the tree, you can also take advantage of the deer licks. Deer licks are great. Put them on the ground, and of course they melt into the ground, and then the deer for years will dig into that soil. Just keep it fresh, keep one out. Deer will come back over and over. Many flavors to choose from molasses to apple to many different colors. If you're needing deer cameras to capture all of this, they've got those. If you're needing the ones that'll shoot it to your phone, they offer those. Or, of course, the old traditional SD card. Handy to have. You can use those for security as well. As we still have folks that are still planning, trying to get those deer patches done, the Buckbuster Fall Seed Mix along with the Southern Buck Blend. They've got that, and it's got a whole bunch mixed in with it, from trophy rate to purple top turnips. You can also take advantage of the old-fashioned way that we've done for many years, mixing your own with wheat, oats, and ryegrass. They've got that, and along with anything that those farm animals that you might need there for your horse, your cattle, your hogs, they got it there, straight up to corn there. And don't forget, this is one of the hidden secrets that they've got going on there, is a complete gun shop at the Lauderdale County Farm Supplies, from scopes to name brand guns that you know, along with all the ammo that you're looking for. That is the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate. Drop in and see them today. They'll earn you business, and you'll keep coming back as a customer. Friendly folks right here in Lauderdale County. As we get the day moving, I hope it's a great day for you. Candace will join me back in the morning as we get things rolling once again. Again, today is going to be the warmest day of the week, as we said. It'll start cooling off. And as we go back to pull up radar and show you exactly what our forecast is going to call for, switch back over. Let me pull that up. We see that 89, 90 is going to be that high today. As we stretch out over the week, the 80s are still there, and by Friday, we get into 67, 69 for the weekend, and 70s starting on Sunday. So not a bad week lined up for us at all. Again, today, don't forget, we're going to be having fog. This is going to be lasting until roughly around 9 o'clock this morning, but a hot day in store for us. High right at 90, but there will be a gust of about 20 miles an hour. Our nighttime lows will hover roughly from 54 to about 50 most of the week. That's not bad at all. And then get ready, because Friday will be a complete change as we get into the 60-degree mark. Ooh, couldn't ask for anything any better. Perfect weather. So that's kind of how things are this morning. And again, let me thank you for joining this morning and being a part of this. As always, share with a friend so others will know that we're here talking about the weather, because when it turns bad, we go live and we follow it street by street up to your doorstep to make sure that you're safe.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by